The Kamchatka village of Klyuchi has experienced ashfall after emissions from two volcanoes, Klyachevsky and Bezyemny. Local schools have cancelled classes. Residents through loudspeakers in the settlement are urged not to open windows, do not go outside and use personal protective equipment. Recall that the ejection of ash to a height of up to 6 kilometers above sea level on the Klyuchevskaya Sopka, which is located 30 kilometers from the settlement, happened the day before. The eruption of Bezyemny, located 40 kilometers from the settlement, was recorded this morning. According to scientists, the ejection occurred up to 5 kilometers above sea level. The head of the Ust-Kamchatsky Municipal District went to Klyuchi and recorded a video from the scene. The footage shows a noticeable ash plume over the volcano. Serious concerns this phenomenon does not cause. I remind you that the relevant services are on high alert. Stocks of everything necessary, including personal protective equipment, in the settlement are available. Mexico's Popocatépetl volcano has exploded 3 times. Mexico's Popocatépetl volcano has awakened, keeping the people of the state of Puebla on alert. At least 3 significant explosions have been recorded in recent days, Tribuna de la Bahía reports. A total of 195 low-intensity eruptions accompanied by emissions of water vapor, volcanic gases and ash were recorded in the 24-hour period up to 11 a.m. On Saturday around 2:20 p.m., the giant emitted an impressive column of smoke accompanied by ash and gases. The smoke cloud was visible from several kilometers away, but because of the ash did not reach the city of Puebla. The second and third explosions occurred around 1642 and 1711. No significant risks to the population were reported. Authorities warned residents in the northeastern neighborhoods of Puebla and the southern, eastern and western neighborhoods of Mexico City of a possible ashfall. In the mountains of Almaty avalanche. There are victims. An avalanche has occurred in the mountains of Almaty. According to official data, the snowfall was triggered by 2 professional skiers. Rescuers have left to transport the victims. One of them is tentatively 33 to 35 years old. To get to the scene of the accident, emergency personnel will be several hours. So far there is no information about the condition of the skiers. Recall, the day before the local emergency department warned about the weather conditions and asked not to visit residents and visitors to the mountains.
That's one of the biggest avalanches I've ever seen in my life. It's gonna pummel us. What? Dude, I hope nobody's down on Blue Hill. Here it comes, bro. Oh, we are.
Heavy rain caused chaos in Bermuda. Heavy rain on Saturday morning caused flooding and traffic chaos in Bermuda. According to motorists, roads turned into rivers that were virtually impassable in places. A viral video of a man navigating a kayak along Bakery Lane went viral on social media. The Bermuda Meteorological Service recorded strong winds with hurricane-force gusts across the island. Maximum wind gust speeds reached 102 kilometers per hour. A total of 128 to 157 millimeters of rain fell on the island over a 24-hour period. The water began to recede after the rain subsided. Heavy rain has fallen on Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk. More than half of the monthly norm of precipitation fell overnight. The city has entered emergency mode. Trees have fallen, streets are flooded, and cars are literally floating on the roads. The water has risen so high that it floods even the cabins of buses. Several apartment buildings were left without electricity. A bridge collapsed in one of the districts due to the rising river level. In Yuzhno-Sakhalinsk, schools cancelled classes, students are transferred to distance learning. Emergency crews are working in the pouring rain, trying to reduce the consequences of the flood. The dust cloud has again covered Tashkent. A dust haze has been recorded in Tashkent. Visibility deteriorated to 1.4 thousand meters. The citizens were urged not to leave their homes or premises, to close windows, and to wear medical masks when traveling on the streets. Dust haze in Tashkent will persist during the day and in the coming night, the Izhidramit press service reported. During the day, the dust content exceeded the permissible norms 43 times. The wind came to the Uzbek capital from the west and lifted dust particles from the dried-up surface of the ground. Before that, a dust cloud fell on Tashkent in November 2021. This phenomenon was registered in the country for the first time in 150 years of official meteorological observations. The dust cloud hung over the city for several days. Tens of millions of people in northern China were under a severe pollution warning on Tuesday, with authorities urging them to reduce their time outdoors as grayish smog blanketed the vast region. Several neighborhoods in the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region in northern and eastern China, home to more than 100 million people, are suffering the worst pollution they have seen in months. In Beijing, authorities issued an orange warning, the second most serious about pollution in the region the day before. Several districts in the densely populated Hebei province surrounding the capital have been put on the highest red alert. Air quality monitoring company iCare ranked Beijing as the fifth most polluted major city on earth, ahead of the Indian metropolis of Mumbai. Authorities are urging locals to reduce the amount of walking and outdoor exercise in the near future, state-run Xinhua news agency reported. They have also limited the amount of construction and transportation equipment allowed on the roads. In some areas of Hebei province, visibility on roads has dropped to less than 50 meters due to the smog. A state of emergency due to drought has been declared in Bali. In connection with a severe drought, the authorities of the Indonesian island of Bali announced the introduction of a state of emergency. The regime is set for 14 days. Acting Governor of Bali Sangamade Mahendra noted that the extreme weather on the island, which lasted from July to October, led to a shortage of water in 113 villages and fires in 10 districts, including the provincial capital Denpasar. Earlier, Indonesian President Joko Widodo said the country's military and police will be involved in putting out the fires. In March 2023, Bali authorities banned tourists from renting motorcycles after several high-profile accidents involving them, as well as climbing mountains. In August, it became known that from next year the country will charge tourist tax from foreigners.